everybody, it's Maggie from Personal Euphoria with today's plank story. This is a little series of stories, so we can maybe do a normal plank and then some side planks, a reverse plank. You can change it up. It is going to be a little history lesson on the toilet, so if that doesn't amuse you, you could stop listening now, but I gotta tell you, you're going to miss out on some fun anecdotes on a somewhat fascinating topic. But anyway, I would suggest setting up for plank right now. We'll get the clock started and we'll take a little step back in history. So I would suggest if you're ever having a bad day and you need a reminder of something good in your life, you can appreciate that you have a working flush toilet. Because it's only in recent modern history that this became an option for us, and it is a wonderful thing. I know every time I travel, it doesn't matter where I go, even when I go to first world countries, I come back to the US and I say, we have mastered plumbing. We have the best plumbing in the world. So we have especially good plumbing here in the US. But it turns out, I am reading Bill Bryson's book, Home, which takes you on a history of every room in the house. The perfect book to read during quarantine. And I got to the bathroom this weekend. So the flush toilet was designed in the 1500s. I did not realize it had been around that long, but it didn't really work. It didn't function properly until the late 1800s when a working U-bend was designed, and the ability, you know how when you flush and some water fills back up? That's a key factor apparently in working toilets too. Prior to that, you just had a direct line to the sewer. So your house would smell like sewer, and apparently once in a while the sewer could explode backwards into your house. So really, prior to the 1880s, no one had working toilets. Now, a few years ago, went to France, and they have a sewer tour, which was super cool. You get to tour the sewer, and there's street names on the sewer hallways so that you kind of know where you are. We're at 1.5 minutes, by the way, so if you want to change your plank, you can. And during World War II, people used that to escape the city. But they have a bathroom in the sewer tour in France. So you got to use it. So I walk into the bathroom and there's a guy at a urinal. And because that's normal here, it's always like a little shocking. But I think, well, I'm in Europe, so it makes sense. And I go to the bathroom. And when I come out, I realize, nope, I just hadn't seen the sign, women's room this way, men's room that way. So I had just used the men's room. But I see this guy on the tour and I say to him, you know, I'm really sorry I used the men's room. He was not amused. He just said, I know you did. So don't use the wrong bathroom in France. It doesn't make everybody happy. All right, we're 2 minutes in, so I would definitely change whatever type of plank you're doing now. I remember asking my great-grandmother when she was little, what did she remember? Now, she was born in 1899 and grew up in New London, Connecticut. So when she's talking about what she remembers, I'm assuming like 1910. She's not remembering 1899, right? Hi, Steph. So she said to me, what I remember is the smell. It smelled so bad. And I said, don't you get used to a smell? And she said, you didn't get used to this smell. But she still had an outhouse. There were still horses running around, right? So even in 1910, it smelt bad. So there she is with an outhouse. And she would also tell me that when she was dating my great-grandfather, they would go to the outhouse because she had a dual outhouse and it was the only place they could get privacy. So imagine a world where it smells so bad, you are happy and willing to take your sweetheart to the outhouse for privacy. So again, we've got it pretty good. You're like 3.5 minutes in. If you want to take a little break, you can. Because I also thought it was interesting from Bill Bryson's book that toilet was not originally the word for toilet. So it started out, toilet was used as like a piece of cloth. Then it becomes a specific piece of cloth you lay over a dressing table. Then it becomes the dressing table. Then it becomes the items on the dressing table. Hence toiletries. So we had toiletries before toilet was the word for toilet. Then I'm pretty sure it becomes like the room you get dressed in. Then it becomes like the act of dressing in front of people, which is a peculiar time in history. Then I think it becomes like the room off the bedroom, then the lavatory, and then eventually toilet becomes the actual toilet. So if you are a history or like etymology, there you go. I hope you've done a whole series of planks. I certainly hope you've stopped planking, but thank you for sticking with me on the history of the toilet. So again, be thankful for your toilet and keep moving. Have a great day.